Welcome back to the LTS, guys. Your host Duncan, and I'm here in studio with Sean the boy, and Taka. And on today's episode, we shall be talking about the Theatre of Nightmares. I can't even believe the title, but yeah, Theatre of Nightmares.
2014 to
part
present.
of the yeah, man. Part of the worst coaches who left United in a worse spot. Is it Ten Hag? Or is it Louis van Gaal? So today's episode is Louis van Gaal versus Erik ten Hag as a Manchester United tenure. So guys, let's take it away, man, because Theatre of Nightmares is crazy, man.
Man, I don't know. It's tough to say who
It's
was.
crazy.
It's tough to say who left money in a worse position. But man, I don't feel like Van Gaal left it as bad as Ten Hag left it. Because like I never seen Man U finish down there like 15th, 16th, 17th, or even flirting just above
Struggling.
relegation zone.
No, but,
It had
but this is
never
the
happened.
craziest thing. This is the
That's never
craziest thing.
happened.
Ten Hag.
Oh my years.
As an institution, yeah, he missed Manchester United as an institution. But if we're looking at placings, right? Ten Hag left United at 8. He finished the previous season, Europa position. So you're looking at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Then when he left United, he was 8th position. Now, Amorim came in. And
Guys,
Amorim fixed
why are
up
we
the
going
whole-
into Amorim, guys?
No. It's just a bit of context, yeah? It's just a bit of context. So Amorim, when he came in, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're actually right. It was
He-
Amorim who
Amorim
left these guys who took them down.
He
there.
took them down, but as an institution, Amorim had a lot of work to do to fix up the institution of Manchester United.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Ten
What
Hag-
broken?
Ten Hag, to keep those position of 8th and Europa, he broke down United like a piece of glass, man.
Yeah, but you also have to understand, right? When Mourinho came in to take over LVG's reins, right? That team was also not in a good state, right? Because if you were to look at LVG's signings, right, he went for a bit of maturity and experience rather than going for youth, right, and at least longevity. So he signed a bit of so many strikers, and he never looked at the defense. In fact. Yeah, because we got in Falcao, the likes of Di Maria, we had firepower,
relatively
right?
younger.
Yeah, but in actual sense, we had defenders in the likes of Paddy McNair and Tyler Blackett. Like this Warren, yeah. Like, no one even knows where these boys are right now, right? But yeah, so that team was in a dire state. Like we had no defenders. He signed Daley Blind that season. Daley Blind was more of a midfielder. Now he transformed him into a defender. Like it was a longer stretch.
Right.
We had the likes of Smalling, Jones, not good enough. Inconsistencies in there. And given the fact that Moyes was in a season before and he had let our experienced defenders go, the likes of Ferdinand, Vidic. Fine, they weren't that good in their last moments, but at least you could have kept one to just at least keep that experience and that United know-how in the squad. But now, turn it over to LVG. LVG had no experience in like the defensive line. I feel like that's why his tenure was a bit mediocre. And given the fact that he also changed the United culture to a back three, right?
System.
That really was working against him. It wasn't
I
good
think
at
Man U
all.
went through some sort of culture shock.
Yeah,
because
like
from always playing this nice transitional counter-attacking football now
Yeah.
to like a back three.
back three.
And then like when teams play a low block against you, you
Yeah,
can
it's
approach that in a back three. You know that
struggling.
whole
Yeah.
change from like back four to the back three.
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't look like Van Gaal was that bad.
No,
Maybe recency bias,
Bro,
by the way. Maybe
it's-
recency bias because
it's
the
good-
way Ten Hag ended was so bad.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? It could be recency bias, but United, they were not at that time. They were a bit of snobs, right? They were used to having all these titles. Then here comes a manager, and he's trying to build into something, right?
Yeah.
Bro, half of the United fan base are kids who were born into this success.
Yeah,
They didn't see
Schooled
like
in their
I've
mouth.
never
Exactly.
seen any losing.
They're like when Fergie came in, it took Fergie about 3-4 years to put Manchester United in shape to a team that would win titles with him. You get it? When Van Gaal comes in and he has his defense line are old men, right? That is the first thing. His defensive line are old men. United has Moyes' tenure really transformed the club. That experienced top quality players didn't want to risk their careers with Manchester United anymore. Yeah. So United's only prospects were up and coming talents who would probably make something big of themselves down the line.
Like some Rashford.
Exactly, Rashford. You have Di Maria. Di Maria had a good campaign in Madrid. He's still going to work into his career. He's 23, 24 from South America. You're looking at you're looking at the likes of Depay coming in from PSV, who would also grow into his shoes as a player still later. But United wasn't ready for that. Bro, they used to, when they need a player, bring in Welbeck from the bench, from the subs, buy in like a Chicharito, score goals, bring in a Tevez. Even if he wants to go where it's Manchester United, we can afford that. So, I felt if Van Gaal, an experienced coach like Van Gaal, if he was given more time, he would have appreciated what he was trying to build into. Yes, the defense was suspect. But that is only because of the conditioning he was.
So you're saying Van Gaal Ten Hag found a better menu than.
Yeah, because Solskjaer. Yeah, Solskjaer. When Solskjaer left United, Solskjaer was actually in the process of building United back into an institution.
That's the closest we've
You
come.
get it? He was building them back into an institution. That Ronaldo deal came in and it really messed up the dynamics of the club. Not like Ronaldo was a bad player. I mean, he was still bagging goals for the club. But this is a team that is not. They do not have anyone in the caliber of Ronaldo. Anyone around them. Everyone is still growing. Rashford, Martial, Lingard, Greenwood. The only closest guy would be Pogba, and even Pogba wasn't like Ronaldo status. You see, so the whole team was still working into it. Thank God they got Bruno Fernandes. Because that helped Ronaldo. It helped Ronaldo also keep up, but it was a difficult. That Ronaldo deal messed it up. But anything around that, you could definitely work with it. We thought Ten Hag was going to do that when he had that thing with Ronaldo and stuff, and Ronaldo had to go to Saudi. But bro, this guy sold everyone in the process. Didn't let go of Ronaldo alone.
Well, because I've been looking at the Man U squad and how Ten Hag left it. I feel like it was worse off.
It was worse off.
I feel like it was worse off than what he had found there.
The only shining lights were probably like Casemiro. Casemiro was a good deal, I think. Or maybe the salary is too much, but
salary and price tag weren't. They fleeced us on that one. We paid Madrid close to 70 million for 30 years.
But I also feel like so many players fell out with Ten Hag. Rashford,
he lost confidence in
Sancho
the players
as well.
Sancho,
like Ten Hag, it more or less like capitulated like how the owner's model was running, because if I'm the owner, right, I can't just bring in a Dutch coach. Fine, you're coming from Ajax, right?
Yeah.
You've taken the league, you've dominated in the Champions League, right, to almost reaching a final, and Spurs knocking you out in the semi-final, which was unlucky, right? Given the fact that you could give him the pieces and he could do you something, but a United team that is not built, let's say, with the foundations of the Ajax team, right? Because those kids be playing with each other from when they were like under 15s, right? By the time they come to the senior team, they already know it's clicking. But in a United team, man, you need pieces to build on. You need experience. In there, you have
some
big
star
egos.
players.
There's some star players.
Players Man is going to send. So.
I feel like we set ourselves up with like appointing Ten Hag, because he hadn't done enough in world football to really exemplify him handling big egos like that. So to the point that he lost out on so many guys, right? Case in point, I feel like Ten Hag was sacked because of Amad Diallo, as simple as that, right? Amad could have saved this job, but in those last moments, right,
he wasn't even playing.
He resorted to just putting him on the bench and just throwing in Anthony, even though he looked like he was out of his depth, right? And then in that last game, right, there's a game where he played Mazraoui as a 10.
Oh yeah, I remember that game in Europe.
Those are grounds for getting sacked, but those are grounds for getting sacked.
I actually forgot about that.
But
the funny thing is that Ten Hag won his boot trophies, man.
Bro, that's the thing. This guy was gaslighting this game.
Yeah,
Ten Hag,
one is
this guy was saying we are the most successful club after Manchester City in England.
done
And these
FA Cup.
guys would own it. But let's be real, bro. Man.
To be honest, right? If you're looking at 2 seasons, right, and you have 2 cups in there, like that's not bad.
That's not
you
bad.
you Chelsea guys have been riding on the same. Analogy,
Yeah.
right? So why wouldn't us
But
ride
part
the
of
same?
it is that if you win your cups and you get like your qualification, that's okay.
But at least for your point, right? You're upgrading. But Ten Hag 2 cups, but he was regressing.
Yeah,
that was the biggest
you
problem.
you look at the club, you look at the institution, and you're like, bro, we know you've won the trophy, and
but it looks like you're regressing.
Where are we going with this?
There is no. It doesn't look like it's getting any better.
But to be honest, right? If you're to look at both of these coaches, right? If you're to look at positives, right? I could say both of them they had an eye for potential in terms of at least seeing a youngin who can play, right? If you're to look at Ten Hag, let's first look at Van Gaal. Van Gaal upgraded the likes of Wilson,
Rashford
also, I think.
brought him from the academy.
Yeah, I remember like Rashford, Ten Hag. Van Gaal.
Yeah, Van Gaal was Rashford. I remember it's 2016 season.
His second
came
season.
in and buried Liverpool twice.
His second season, but the likes of Jesse Lingard, the likes of Rashi. So that whole he also signed for us Martial. Right, because Martial's first season he was immense, He was immense.
Actually, I had 3 good seasons with you.
Van Gaal had that eye for potential, right? But he also regressed other individuals, right? Because Moyes had the likes of Adnan Januzaj, world beater. Who?
Van Gaal.
Under
Herrera played well under Van Gaal.
Yeah, he played well. Even played well again for Mourinho. The people he lost.
You could say Under Herrera wasn't really a Van Gaal signing because we wanted Herrera during Moyes' tenure, right? And we also we signed Under Herrera before the World Cup started. And remember, we signed Van Gaal signed for us after the World Cup game with the Dutch team. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, I remember that Dutch team.
Yeah, so you can't really say Under Herrera was his signing. It was more or less like an institution signing. But the people you could put in his umbrella, Schneiderlin, Daley Blind, like those that Dutch influence he kept on bringing to us, right? But let's say switch it over to Ten Hag, right? He brought in the likes of Kobe Mainoo, right? Alejandro Garnacho, like. Yeah, so at least
I have mixed feelings about Garnacho. But the truth is Garnacho is talented.
Yeah, but you can say that.
And it's quite that Pushkasa were doing. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it to him anyway. Yeah, you could say Garnacho. You could say Garnacho.
Say it without smiling like that.
Okay, you could say Garnacho, but okay, me I look at Ten Hag bringing Kobe Mainoo. That one.
Yeah, that's one. Yes,
that one I'll give him credit because that's a bowler. That's a bowler, and this. I can't even dispute that.
Who else, man?
Lenny Yoro. Signed for us some nice ballers, man, to be honest.
But the people you brought down, the people you brought down were like, the number is insane, man.
Yeah, but okay, who did he bring down? Ahmad, right? Top of that list, right? Has to be.
You have the likes of Van der Beek.
Van der Beek was crap, guys. Let's not do this, man. Van der Beek
was one of the top talents. He was one of the top talents from Ajax, man.
He was a top talent, but when he came in, it was down to him to enact his and we bought
the likes
him,
of Rashford.
Yeah, it's Ole who signed this guy. It's not Ten Hag. Ten Hag just found him in our team. They signed him from his team in Ajax, but he found him in our team. So you can't really say he regressed him. He was already under Ole's tenure. He wasn't. Really
you have the likes of
like
Rashi.
No, but Rashi. Do you know that Rashi's highest goal involvement is with Ten Hag?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't really say he regressed.
So how did they fall out now?
Because remember, he played Rashi in the 9 and then played Weghorst in the 10. Remember that season?
Yeah.
So that season we were blasting.
Wait, he signed Weghorst? Yeah. Man, Ten Hag is such a fraud.
Signed Sabitzer, Weghorst.
No. I'm with Van Gaal on this one, man. I don't care if this guy's won more trophies, but Weghorst shouldn't even have been in a Man U jersey, man. That was criminal, man. Whichever way you spin it. But Ten Hag, I feel like he fell out with so many guys, man. He really, at the end it was just so sour.
It
And
was-
even his
it
own
was
signings,
bad.
some of
was
his
bad.
own signings,
Yeah.
just
Like
He did-
Anthony, he made Man U spend like 90 M to get Anthony and failed to use him.
bro. This guy spent the whole budget buying the Ajax squad that
Yeah.
took him to the final.
Yeah, but you man,
And
the
guys
league
had that-
good signing.
You guys
Mazraoui
had that
good signing.
problem of that
But
he had no
Ajax,
proper
the
talent
money-
ID
Yeah.
the
because
money,
he was trying to rebuild Ajax in Man U, man. It's like at least Van Gaal also had his bias towards Dutch players, but at least he was
trying to
work
build
with,
something
with
new.
whatever good pieces
It was
he
more,
could present.
yeah, more or less
presented to him.
diverse than
Yeah.
Ten Hag's time. But anyway, before we conclude, I think Ten Hag took trophies, but impact-wise, he really left nothing to the team, man. There was no building blocks for us to go on. Very few individuals there and there. Kobe Mainoo, Licha in there, at least Casemiro to just build a spine, but man, Van Gaal, he left no spine as well because his spine was old.
I
He
think-
signed
I
for
think-
us Bastian, Schneiderlin, midfield didn't work out that well.
But Mourinho
Defense failed,
made
so-
it work. I mean, Mourinho made it work.
Yeah, Mourinho made it work, but we gave Mourinho a full backline. You have to understand that. We signed Eric Bailey, right? We signed Victor Lindelof, right? So many guys. So we gave him a bit of variety, Dalot, like a full backline. So anyway, it's now maybe the church can
The viewers will decide.
the viewers can decide
But now I
on this
feel like
one.
I'm leaning more towards
Van Gaal.
Van Gaal. Yeah,
Van
Van
Gaal.
Gaal. Yeah, this Van Gaal
at least, to be honest, 4th and 5th is not bad.
Yeah,
given
in 2
the-
seasons,
Yeah,
considering
Van Gaal left us in Ten Hag left us in 8th.
Yeah.
Man, 2 cups but 8th, bro.
in an institution,
Yeah.
worthy to take him to
Yeah,
15th.
look at Van Gaal,
Van
right?
Gaal, those trophies was Ten Hag, those trophies was winning. We're hiding the fact that he
Yeah.
was actually killing the team.
Exactly.
It's so
Long
funny
run,
we are talking
in
about
the long run.
a Ten Hag cup, but Van Gaal had the cup as well. He had an FA
Yes,
cup.
I did FA Cup.
But FA Cup
And he
was
brought in
classic.
kids. He brought in
Classic,
kids
man.
like
It was a
We,
classic.
we
The
took
Lingards,
that FA
the
Cup with a
Rashfords,
red card,
yeah.
man. You have to remember that. So his
Oh,
team
yeah.
had grit, man.
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard in that team, man. Was tough.
yeah.
So it has to be Van Gaal in my view. Maybe the chat can decide, but yeah,
But it could also be recency bias. Like,
Yeah,
you
true.
know, Ten Hag.
sure.
Because man, we've just
It's
seen
too
the guy
vivid, bro.
shitting
Yeah,
for
it's
guys.
too
But yeah, but man, I'm still on Van Gaal. I
Yeah,
think.
but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's been us in Studio 3. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Peace.